An umpire and a vampire square off week after week, reviewing movies outside their own strike zone. This week's movie, the 1996 Space Jam and 2009 The Loved Ones, starring Michael Jordan, of course, Xavier Samuel, Robin McLeary, can't even read my writing, Wayne Knight, Victoria Thane, John Brumpton, a bunch of NBA stars, and the Looney Tunes gang. Now two guys who once had an awkward moment just to see how it felt. Tim Kretschmann and Jeff Miller.
People are always feeling me up.
No, we didn't say that.
You mentioned season 1. I don't think you remember season 1.
It was only. I can tell you, it was only 6 innings long.
It was 6 innings.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Dead on the Bases. This is where a man, that's me, gives a wonderful, family-friendly horror film to his friend, the sports fan, and the sports fan gives me a crummy, old, horrible, stinky, rotten sports movie. And we rate each other's films.
That's correct. But I do have a piece of advice for everybody who's going to watch today's show and watch every show. Yeah. Whenever you're eating soup, remember to eat the soup from the edges and not from the middle.
Why do you think this is a thing?
It is.
Why do you think
it's such a thing? I looked it up.
God.
It's a thing.
He's Jeff Miller. Jeff invented a new type of pitching machine that throws wrenches instead of balls. It's called the Patches O'Houlihan pitching machine.
Well, that's a reference to a movie that I gave Tim, that Tim very much liked, called Dodgeball. I think he gave it a 10 out of 10.
I did not give it a 10 out of 10. I can guarantee you that.
Tim never gives out 10s.
There's very few movies that are 10.
I don't know. Have you given me a 10 yet?
You're asking me the week before the wrap up. I haven't looked at all the
No, I mean,
lately.
like forever from the season 1 on.
I might have. I have to look at the stats, and I'm going to be looking
I know
at
which
the
one you did.
stats
I know which one
a
you
lot.
did. I know which one you did.
If it would be one, I think it'd be Caddyshack.
No, it wasn't.
What?
The one it was. Don't be upset about it.
What?
Which one? The one with the Three Stooges guys, the Marx Brothers.
That might have been
Horse Feathers.
That might have been Horse Feathers is a great movie. That's a classic. Hey everybody! Hey everybody!
What movies did we have this week?
Hey everybody! Oh wait, I'm still behind. You know what I need to do?
That's what she said.
I need to press that button to remind people to subscribe.
Oh yeah. Do that
and set alerts. And hit the thumbs up button. I mean, there's only 12 of you watching. If you all hit the thumb, we'll get a dozen of them.
Just don't give the other finger, the middle one.
They don't have that as an option, Jeff. Because they know you're sensitive. Hey, the movie that I gave Jeff this week is The Loved Ones. This is a movie that I like to give beginner horror people that have seen a couple horror movies but are saying, they all seem the same. This is the movie I often recommend. And this movie is not like other horror movies in a lot of ways.
Right.
What did you do to me?
I gave you a movie I was fond of back in the day. Space Jam. It combined
Did you
cartoons,
rewatch it?
Yes. Okay. Cartoons and Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. It was one of
Really?
So it was it's like Song of the South, but it's modern.
Well, it has some of the racism. We'll get into
No.
It does.
No.
See the byline on my review?
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is coming. This is about to happen, everybody. Let's start off with Space Jam. And the byline I have on this week's review, to give you a feel, is, get that ready. Holy shit, does this movie suck. Oh, my God. I can't even believe how bad this movie is.
Do you think this sucks because of our age? You think this would be better if you were younger, before you even preface any of this?
I remember not liking it when I saw it, and I was younger then. I wasn't a kid, but I remember not liking it.
Really?
And
all right.
I came away with much of the same belief. Here's the thing.
Bring it on.
They start off the movie, and they want to make Michael Jordan into like a mythological creature. Here he is as a young man, and he's practicing basketball, and he's talking to his father. What does he tell his father?
I don't remember.
he tells his father, you know, I'm doing this right now, but what I really want to do is play baseball. Okay? This is the guy they're trying to make into a legend, and they're basically saying he wants one thing, but he's going to do this other thing instead.
But you know why? Because he did take a break from basketball to play baseball for 3 years. You know that, right?
This is a movie that was reverse engineered.
Okay, okay. Very good.
I understand what they're doing. This is also an important part of this scene. This is the last time we see the person portraying Michael Jordan that actor is a decent actor. That's the last time in the movie. Because from then on, it becomes Michael Jordan.
Oh, my God.
Okay, the story where he retires from basketball, which at the beginning, they have like a couple shots of him being like awesome at basketball. And then they start the story with, I'm quitting and I'm going into baseball, which we all know now is because he was doing some not good things. And
gambling.
They needed to give him some time
away
from
some gambling
the sport.
problems, yes.
Right. But I'm like, you want to emphasize that this guy is basically washing out, is what they're doing. Here's the other thing I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'm looking at the IMDb because that's all Jeff ever looks at during the show. And it says 1996.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this was made in 1996.
Technology-wise?
The film quality was so freaking bad.
It was hard to watch this time.
It was grainy. It was crap. And I'm like, I've watched Roger Rabbit a million friggin' times.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, and it's almost 10 years older than this. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now, I don't know if, we had a bad copy or what have you, but
I was surprised
and
when
the special effects were bad.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another thing. At one point they have Bugs and Daffy breaking into Michael Jordan's home at night.
Right.
And they're going through the hall, opening doors, right? Mm-hmm. Did you notice that the doors opened out? They did that so they wouldn't have to show the animated hand turn doorknobs. I'm like, they did everything they could to do this on the cheap and cheat, how much work they would have to put into it. It reminds me a lot of how I handle this show. I'm like, oh, that sounds difficult. We're not going to do that. Because I had this week, somebody wanted us to do a Bruce Campbell retrospective. And I'm like, do you know how much freaking work that's going to be? No, we're not doing that. Because by the time we put the show together, the story of his health concerns is going to be by. So I'm like, why are we going to do this? But I felt like that's how this entire movie was put together. And it was not a cheap movie.
No.
Now, one thing I'll say about Space Jam, this is something I actually respect. There isn't going to be much in this part.
Points.
They still have the website that they created in 1996.
Really?
And they haven't changed it since the movie initially went out there. It's like a museum piece. It has like animated GIFs. It doesn't look very
intentional? Good. Is that intentional?
That was the best you could do in 1990.
I know. Is that why they didn't leave it? Is that why they just left it, you think?
It's just part of the lore of this movie. Now, I'm going to tell you something else.
Get a good sip there. Wet that whistle.
Let's go.
Wet that whistle.
So, the song Space Jam.
Yeah.
I'm listening to the song Space Jam. And I'm like, this freaking sounds like something else that I listen to when I'm bicycling.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a group called Captain Jack?
No.
Okay. I can't play the music on here. We'll get a copyright strike. But I am telling you, it is eerie how close Captain Jack music is to the song Space Jam.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm going to type Space Jam into YouTube and the words Captain Jack. I wonder if they covered it or something like that. Somebody took the song Space Jam and interspersed Captain Jack stuff back and forth because it literally sounds like it's one song. I'm like, holy shnikes. It's unbelievable.
What year did Captain Jack, was that like?
It turns out he was around 1996.
Really?
Very much of the moment.
Really?
And Captain Jack, I know of because they were kind of bigger in Germany than they were here. And I had a German radio show at one time. And I was like, it just sounds like their stuff. It sounds like their stuff. I do not know if members, I didn't have time to check that out, if members of the two groups were the same or anything like that, but I was like, boy, that puts a date stamp of 1996 on it.
Did you ever play Rammstein on your...
Rammstein.
Rammstein.
No,
you ever play that?
No, we would never play.
Can we play it in here?
Never. Copyright strike immediately. You can't do, I think it's 8 seconds. And I'll get
Let's do it. Let's do 7 seconds then. Rammstein.
Because they'll change the rules. And
What does Rammstein stand for, though? What does it mean?
Rammstein is a ram.
Okay.
And Stein of stone. So ramming stone.
All right, let's do it. Rammstein. I'm going to get a shirt that says Rammstein.
You have one that says, always eat your soup from the edge of the bowl.
That's right. Remember.
Everybody knows to eat from the center. Anyway, this movie is so in love with Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Beat it. Just beat it.
I wish they would have. I'm going to keep doing that because I have no respect for this film anymore.
Oh, my God. I can only imagine where this is going.
First of all, I was surprised to hear you say, oh, he's the greatest basketball player of all time. I'm like, you're not from Chicago. Nobody outside Chicago likes MJ. That's just a fact. It's crazy.
You don't have to like him to respect his game. He's a great basketball player.
Well, you know what?
Probably the best one.
At? Line readings. Like this shot we got right there where he says deal. That is the most wooden acting I've ever seen in my life. Literally, the Muppets are better actors than Michael Jordan or Jackson.
It's Jordan.
This is a bunch of idolization of Michael Jordan. The production budget on this movie. Now, remember, this is back in 1996. They had just invented the $10 bill at this point because it was
Stop.
Okay,
Stop.
The production budget was $80 million.
Is that good, bad, or otherwise? I have no idea.
It was successful because they did make $250 million international. Here's the part I don't understand. Of that $250 million, only $90 million was domestic. Okay?
Okay, wow.
So, keep this in mind. The usual numbers are, whatever the production budget is, they usually spend at least half that same amount on marketing. This particular movie, I remember, got marketed within an inch of its life. They were marketing this every 10 seconds.
I believe it.
But I'll give you the half. That would make $80 million plus $40 million. I'll give you
okay.
That's $120 million.
Yeah, I got you.
That means it didn't cover the domestic take on a movie about basketball, which literally nobody played outside of the United States. At that point, it was very new. The Dream Team and all that stuff was going on. I'm like, how did this movie make all this money when it was this friggin' bad? And I thought about it. They probably hired actors to do Michael Jordan's line readings in other countries. What they should have done is that Michael Jordan, you go and you walk around and stuff, and we're going to let one of these voice actors that's doing Bugs Bunny read your line because you're that bad. You are awful. You should put a gun in your mouth rather than a microphone.
Oh, God.
Okay. Here's another thing I was shocked by. I'm watching. Ivan Reitman was a producer on this movie. Do you recognize that name?
Yes. Ghostbusters.
Stripes. The guy has serious comedy chops. Mm-hmm. On this movie, there's no laughs. There's no laughs.
There's laughs.
There are not. There are not. Danny DeVito provides a voice. Actually the voice cast I can't complain about. The voices were done well, even though Mel Blanc was no longer with us when this got put together, or at least wasn't doing the voices anymore. There's one scene with Wayne Knight late in the movie where he gets flattened out.
Yep.
I was like, I was like, this is like pre-PlayStation 1 graphic level. And I checked, the PlayStation already existed. So I'm like, well,
like Atari 2600?
I don't know. I as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, was this being made for kids or special kids? They did a lot of overlapping dialogue. Now, the reason you would do that in a kids movie is to push, oh, there's mayhem. Things are going crazy. Everything's happening all at once. Here's the thing. You can do that like famously Robin Williams does a lot of that in the movie Popeye, where he's muttering under his breath, but it's Robin frickin' Williams. He says a lot of funny stuff. In fact, that movie is terrible as well, but the little muttering is hilarious because Robin Williams is being Robin Williams.
Gotcha.
And he gets a lot of stuff in here. Here, you have people muttering, and it's like, oh, I wish Michael Jordan would make this basket. And it's like, what the hell? Did they go to Bethesda and grab a bunch of people and say, here, come do some line reads? I don't get what was going on. What I do think, and you notice this in the editing, you might say, well, it's a kid's movie. They want to have lots of quick edits.
Yeah.
No, they had lots of quick edits to showcase their leading man in a clip show because they could only cobble together a performance because he couldn't perform. And they're like, well, let's make it look like he actually can act.
Now, hold on. Let's
this
just...
is all true.
I understand. Well,
this is all... You can't...
But don't you think it's hard to act when there's really nothing around you?
I agree.
Maybe he has no idea.
But then you don't hire... Then you don't hang the whole movie around Michael Jordan. In fact, look at what they did. Look at what they did. They placed the entire movie in Looney Tune land.
True.
Right? Roger Rabbit, 98% of it happens in the real world.
You're right.
But you need special effects, Jeff. Then you gotta, I gotta make this physical door open. That's why you have them open.
So then, why do you think...
So some guy can stand behind the door and go, you don't need a special
Why do you think
effect.
they did it on the cheap then? What's your reasoning?
I think what they did is they put them in a green fucking room and they're like, okay, we know this.
You said effing room.
I know. I'm deciding if I want you to ring it again.
Oh.
This gentleman, we're gonna stick him in a green room, and we're just gonna keep working on him until we get a decent performance out of him. And then you know what happened? Everybody got tired. They're like, okay, this guy's hopeless. We're already on 85th take of this damn thing. Let's just go home. Let's go home. And you see it too with some of the other basketball stars. They have that Bird fella.
Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry Bird. He's wooden as heck too.
Oh.
I realize he's a great basketball player. But couldn't you find some basketball players that can deliver a line? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did okay in
Airplane.
Now, why? Because there were 85 actors to that one sports figure. Here, they surrounded him with sports figures that also can't act.
I see what you're getting at.
And they're not even important basketball people. Where was Will Chamberlain? Where was Dr. J? Where was Bob Lanier? Nobody important.
Wait. Now you're just saying that for a fact. You're going to use players from this era.
I need a drink.
I need a drink too. Funny, it's got to be water.
Yeah.
But no, you did that for a fact because you know darn well they're going to stick with basketball players of the present time. You know.
Yeah, and the one thing that was nearly amusing is when three of the basketball players hit their head on the top of a door as they're walking through it in the hospital. That was nearly amusing, but only to a child. You know, I'm like, okay, I could see 4 or 5-year-old kids laughing at that. Okay. But otherwise, and they had good talent in some places, but they kept them away from MJ.
Maybe
the only person that Michael Jackson interacts with,
Michael Jordan.
Same thing.
No.
That he interacts with is Bill Murray,
right?
Who famously just loves Chicago, and he wasn't going to rock no boat with Jackson. And
Jordan. Now you're doing it on purpose.
I am. And the other one is Wayne Knight, Newman from Seinfeld. And I'm like, he's a good actor. I'm not going to rip on him. But those are the only adult supervision. Surround this guy. You had $80 million. They had the guy that does Homer Simpson's voice.
Yep.
During his Tracy Ullman run, he did a cameo in here. Put him on screen a little bit more. He can at least act. You could have went to the people that were on SNL at that time, which I think, Will Ferrell was probably on there and Sandler. You think they wouldn't have come on this movie? Baloney. They would have been all over this movie. But no, we're going to show off how great Michael Jordan, I got it right that time.
Yep.
Michael Jordan can do this stuff. Here's what I got to say. Okay? You ripped into Monster Squad because it was a kid's movie.
Oh, God.
This is an infant movie.
It is. It's for kids.
Only an infant would enjoy this, and not a very smart one. It doesn't have any talent. There's no script, no story, no jokes, no fun, no mirth. The effects are bad. The music is bad. The dialogue is bad. The acting is bad. The lighting, passable. It's 80 minutes long. They made the credits extra long to make it feature length. How many people play basketball on a team? I'll tell you because I looked it up to make sure I was right. 5. Let's count 5. Michael Jordan Jackson, whatever his name is. That's 1, right? Bugs Bunny is 2. Lola Bunny, a character that was created for this movie for reasons unknown because she doesn't have one funny thing that she does. Lola Bunny, so that's 3. Daffy Duck, Tasmanian Devil. Oh, wait, look, we got more. We got the Sylvester, Elmer Fudd, Tweety, that old maid that owns Tweety and Sylvester. We're up to 9. Wile E. Coyote, that should be enough. Oh, wait, no. We're going to put Porky Pig out there. Foghorn Leghorn. Yosemite Sam. Why don't you just pick a different damn sport?
You need bench players. You need bench players.
They did it on the other side. They could have developed some of the characters. Bugs Bunny, if you don't know who Bugs Bunny is, coming on this movie, you still don't know who Bugs Bunny is. And what does Bugs Bunny do? I'll tell you what he does. He does what you do in every dang sports movie that Jeff gives me. He juices the team. He says, oh, this is Michael's secret stuff. Oh, do you mean steroids? Well, wow. This is water. This is water. No, secret stuff. It's either supposedly steroids or maybe one of his bodily secretions. Either way, gross to do in a children's movie. Yep. And while we're at it, what are the stakes of this whole thing? What happens to Michael Jordan if he loses the game?
You tell me.
They make the black man a slave of the aliens. Now, I'm sorry. This was 1996. That was unacceptable then already. Are you friggin' kidding me? The story is about a black man being sold into slavery in 1996. The only way around it is to get cartoon characters juiced up on steroids. I have seen some frickin' stinkers. This one tops the list.
Wow.
Let's do the
Tim. That's really sad. That's
I agree.
Sad.
This movie was sad.
You were too harsh.
Awful. Okay, Michael Jordan, connecting him to an actual actor was a trick.
Good. I'm glad you had to do some work.
We found
because you mailed in that review.
Dorian. I mailed it in.
You did. You just wanted to rip it.
Nails in the coffin. In the coffin that is that freaking movie. God,
Darian
Vanity
Harwood.
Project. Dorian Harwood, and that goes to the Roy Scheider vehicle Evasive Action. Back when they thought anything Roy Scheider was in was going to be the next Jaws. It wasn't. That was one of those direct to video. I don't even think it was DVD. I think it was VHS action movies that they made at the time. And somehow Dick Van Patten tripped himself on
DVP.
I'm doing a movie.
Now, wait.
Let's do a horror movie connection.
Well, let me ask a question.
You can ask a question.
Would you have felt better if this wouldn't have gone to the movie theater and it went right to video? Like,
I think I would have felt better if no one was ever inflicted with this film.
okay, and what does feature length mean?
Feature length
It has to be how many
means
minutes?
It's long enough that people will not go to the box office and say, oh my God, this isn't even a movie. So most people say it's 90 minutes.
Okay, that's all I was looking for.
Most people say 90 minutes.
All right, let's hear it. Let's see the...
Okay, let's see. Here's Michael Jordan. Well, let me explain that real quick for you.
He didn't have any other movies?
He had 13 movie credits.
No
not
horrors?
one of them are horror.
Oh.
Of course, Wayne Knight,
Yeah.
yes, he actually was. He was in the Twilight Zone and Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I just don't think of Jurassic Park as horror movies, though. But
Right.
That's fine. I'm just saying.
why I'm not touting that
Good.
outside. Though most people say Jurassic Park is Jaws on the land.
yeah, they're wrong.
They're not, really. Teresa Randall, I didn't even talk about her because she's got like 2 scenes. Teresa Randall is the woman that they hired to play Michael Jordan's wife because they didn't want to put yet another non-actor near him. She made 30 movies. That's how big of a deal she was. She was in a very excellent horror movie called Near Dark. She was in another pretty good horror movie called The Guardian. And then she was also in Spawn, which I feel sorry for her about. Then I grabbed this stuff before I rewatched the movie. This little girl was up in one of the main roles on IMDb. You tell me, because I think she's one of the kids, one of the actresses they hired to play his kids.
Yeah.
They had like 3, and they were professional actors, which, let me tell you, no proof of that on the screen. She made 17 total movies, and she is also a huge, gigantic loser. And then we have Bill Murray, who's an interesting case. Wait a minute.
There he is.
Bill Murray. Bill Murray obviously was in Ghostbusters, which is horror adjacent.
Okay.
He was in both Zombielands, which
Great
is
movies.
definitely horror
Great movies.
He was in Little Shop of Horrors, which I love. Great little horror musical.
Never seen it.
But he also made a really weird zombie movie called The Dead Don't Die. And people don't talk about this movie because I don't think it's particularly great. But it's a movie that I just scratch my head that it exists. It's like this zombie movie, and he plays it 100% straight. He is not trying to be funny throughout it. I'm like, what made him pick this movie? I just don't know. So
Maybe-
if anybody's got theories on that,
I
please
do.
let me know.
I do.
No, you've never seen it, Jeff.
I know, but I have a theory why he made it.
Okay.
I can have a theory.
Okay.
Maybe he owed somebody. Maybe he owed somebody a favor.
He doesn't. He
Maybe
didn't
the childhood friend.
He didn't do Charlie's Angels 2 because, I have an issue. He is famous for saying no to movies.
I'll tell you what. When I interview him, if I ever interview him, I will ask him why he did it.
All right. It's time for me to give this thing a score. Here's the thing. I was sitting and I'm racking my brain. What do I give this movie?
3.
There's really no value to it. I can literally not think of a worst movie.
3.
It gets a point.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I got a 0. What do you want to talk me into?
You always threaten me with this. Just stick with your point. But are you serious?
Yeah, I am. This is the worst movie you've given me by a wide margin. A wide margin.
Okay.
I have not given out anyone. I've given some 3s to movies that were not worth 3 in this show. Because I look back later and I go, what the hell was I drinking when I gave that freaking number? This one, I am not going to look back and say, what was I thinking? 1 is generous, in my opinion, on this film.
Okay.
This is so bad. If you are watching this movie and now you're curious, I wonder how bad it can actually be. Don't do it.
No, watch it.
Go to the laundry, your laundry area in your house. There's a bottle that says bleach.
Don't do it.
Take
Do
that,
not do
pour
that.
it directly into your eyes.
Do not do
You'll
that.
have a better evening. than watching this movie.
Tim is not saying for people to do that. Do not do that.
Well,
do not do that. It's a good movie.
Okay, don't do it. But don't watch this movie.
Watch it. Email me.
Equally painful.
Email me to tell me how great the movie is. It doesn't have to be great.
Special school of your choice.
Stop.
All right, it's merch. Do you
have our new merch?
I don't
take the merch money.
You have on your chest. No.
No, I'm talking about the specific, the place specific.
Well, hold on. Let's see.
Ooh, merch madness.
Let's make some merch money.
It's harder than you all think to make merch money. Our product speaks for itself. They talk. Our t-shirts talk.
Open it up Muskego style.
I like it. Haven't seen it for a while.
That painting that they're in front no longer exists.
It's covered.
It's covered. It's gone.
Hey, when was the last time you were at Suburbia?
You know what? I'm trying to think if I ever actually went in there.
You don't think you've ever gone to one?
I don't think so. We were more of a Subway family and Cousins.
You know what? If you get a chance,
really like Cousins. I really like Cousins.
Cousins.
But Potbelly's.
I know.
Is a number one for me.
Maybe, for the grand finale, maybe I'll bring in Suburbia. I'll give you the menu so you can see what they have as far as meats. And maybe that's what we'll have.
You're always trying to get me to bite into your meat.
Stop it. That's not even true.
That is just
It's not even true. Let's not even talk about that. That's dumb. All right. Where are we? Hey, what are we doing? Is it time?
What do you mean, what are we doing? Do you not watch the show?
No,
This is where we pimp out.
Yeah.
Dead on Thursdays. Next Thursday, there will be another show. Don't know what, don't know when, but it'll be here. Well, I do know when. It'll be here.
If it's not Dead on the Bases, it's not really worth watching, so.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I am so kidding. I am kidding. I'm kidding. Because Susie will get her staff out and
send those cards to live. You can subscribe to her show and never miss
Susie.
a program on YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, iHeart, using the RSS feed, Podcast Index. That one's Apple, Amazon Music, TuneIn, and Pocket Cast. I like Pocket Cast.
I like Morse code. You can actually tap into Morse code. You can get it on your phone.
That's not true.
You can, and then it'll play the whole Dead on the Bases with Morse code. So that's it. So, but here's the thing, though. I probably will never get asked on now streaming again because of what I said. Oh no!
You are so right. Okay, so we just came back from Horror Realm.
We did. Horror Realm was in Pittsburgh.
We just came back, and we saw a whole lot of people. I want to thank the crew or the cast of Terrifier 3 that came out. Chrissy didn't make it, but we had Alexa Blair, Mason McCarty, and Antonella Rose.
Yeah.
And I did that panel, and you'll be able to see that on the website in the weeks to come, but you won't get to see Jeff's.
Which is too bad. Because in all honesty, it was a really fun panel. It was a good panel.
With?
Oh, Derek Mears. Derek Mears. He's the guy who played Jason in Friday the 13th, 2009, which is a really good movie if you get a chance to watch it. He was also the Swamp Thing. He did a whole bunch of other things, Dead Snow or Blood Snow or something like that. But yeah, he did a lot of stuff like that. So,
what? Dead Snow or Blood Snow?
It's Blood Snow. There's Blood Snow 1 and 2.
Snow.
You ever watched it?
That's the one with the
Nazis.
Nazi zombies in like Norway or something.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
you didn't watch it.
That's why we had a sequel. That's why
you didn't watch it. I didn't give it to you.
I watched it back to back.
If I don't give it to you, you don't watch it. That's just a fact.
Fair enough, but it was a really good. But let me just tell everybody. So the reason why you won't see that video is because, and this is something that if you have a chance to go see Derek Mears, go see him, because what you see in your panel discussion is the only time he's going to talk about it, or you're going to be the only ones that hear about it because he doesn't want it recorded. So if you get a chance to ever see Derek Mears, go see him.
I don't know that I'm going to say he never says it again because he
will, but
telling the same stories for years.
Which is true, but at least you'll go in and hear it because maybe you didn't hear it online.
Right. Anyway, that happened.
That was fun.
And we made it.
Wait.
And you had some sort of announcement you wanted to
Oh wait, but before that, and I went to a Pittsburgh hockey game, and I got to see Jack Hughes, the golden goal. It was pretty cool. The Penguins won 4-0 or 4-1, so it was a good game. Yes. So this is the plans for next year for horror realm. Easy for me to say.
Not really.
Can you imagine if I was drinking? I probably wouldn't even say it.
Turns out
I'd probably
it's
say
really
it better.
difficult for you
I'd
to
probably
say.
be more fluent. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to make up a VR chip, and you're going to be able to come by our booth and put on VR goggles and actually participate in a taping of Dead on the Bases. So we're going to record all this in here, and when you come to the table at a horror realm or a con that we're going to be at, you're going to be able to actually feel like you're here. You're sitting in the chair. You're doing the show with us. So that's what we have planned for next year.
And next year, you may want to put in your application to be Jeff's replacement.
Wouldn't that be cool if they could come in here
Wouldn't that
and
be cool? Who's going to do this?
your brother?
No.
But just think, how cool would that be if you could go to somewhere and you could be, hey, let me see what's like a day in the life of Dead on the Bases. Oh, that's even better. They could follow me around for part of the thing. They could follow you around.
First of all, I don't want people following me around.
No.
And nobody wants to follow you around.
They could go with you to get pizza.
Nobody wants to follow you around.
Then they come in the door and then they greet me and then we sit down, we eat, and then they could pretend to eat. They'd think they're eating, and then we all come in here and we do a show. That would be cool. I would do that.
Where's that frickin' bleach?
Okay, whatever. Anyway, that's the plan for next Horror Realm next year.
That's the plan.
That's my plan.
I don't know how you're going to do it, but good on you, buddy.
Can you imagine what if I do make?
Okay,
What if I make
look
a
up right now because you're going
Jeff
to
Miller,
claim
sports fan.
later that it does not give out your email.
Remember.
Let's take a look. Yeah, eat your soup from the edge of the bowl. See, that's your email.
There you go.
Guys claim it's not there. There it was. They make you look.
And let's get into it. So the movie that Tim gave me is called The Loved Ones.
It sure is.
It's a 2009 movie, rated R. The runtime is 1 hour and 24 minutes. And 1 hour and 24 minutes is pretty much what they need for this movie. I'm not going to say whether I liked it or not at this point, but I feel like that was a healthy amount of time for the movie. They didn't try to rush things together.
Yeah.
They didn't try to drag things out.
Right.
So we all know that 130 is the sweet spot. They got right in there.
Honestly, I have often said the shorter you make your horror movie, the better. I really believe that because some of my favorite horror movies are like where they have 5 different stories, like Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat, yep.
Yeah. So I feel like you can overstay your welcome with a horror film very easily.
So this movie takes place in Australia. And you know this because they're
driving on the wrong side of the street.
Right, but you don't see any kangaroos, so it's kind of questionable.
You do wonder, why are you driving on the wrong side of the street? Are they trying to make us feel uncomfortable?
No, I didn't feel that way. I felt like they were in another country.
Oh.
So anyways,
why would you want to be in another country if you're in America?
So you wouldn't. America's the greatest country on earth.
All right.
But anyways, this takes place in Australia.
Yep.
It opens up with our main character, Xavier Samuel, who plays Brent. He's driving someone in his car. I didn't know right away that it was his dad. I couldn't figure that out, but then I figured out a little bit later on. Something's going to happen when they're driving.
Well, he doesn't sit there and say, Dad.
But if you're driving with your dad, you can tell your dad is your dad.
They do.
He seems more like a buddy at first. That's what I thought it was.
What I like about this movie is they don't come out and tell you. It's more of a mystery as you go along. You learn a little bit.
Which is true.
All the way through.
Right. So then it goes, okay, 6 months later or something happens. 6 months later, everybody's recovered. They got school going on.
Yep.
You have a girl that he likes, okay? And there's a girl that's obsessed with him, kind of obsessed with him, right? And the thing of it is that it's awkward because again, this is another movie like that movie we had before where the person that's the outsider, you kind of feel for them because,
right.
She's not weird. She's just not, he's obviously with somebody else.
She turns out to be pretty weird.
So, but this is my review and I'll get to that.
Okay.
And we'll get to that, Tim. Unless
I
you
have been told from that soup eater over there.
So just hold on a minute. Don't. You know what I'll do? I might just spoil this.
I know you're going to.
No, I don't want to spoil it because I don't want to.
I will tell you. I said this at the top of the show. This is my number one movie. That when people say I've seen a lot of horror movies, I want something I haven't seen before. I feel like this movie, not a lot of people have seen, and I think it's exceptionally off-putting and disturbing.
Here's the thing about this movie. This movie reminds me a lot of Tourista, to a respect. Mm-hmm. And you'll know why. And you probably know why.
I know it.
It reminds me a lot of... Shoot, there was another movie that we watched that it was a lot like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting this. But what this is sort of like the Stairway of Heaven of movies. And the reason why that is that it starts out and it's moving along, and then
it's put that on their poster art. The Stairway of Heaven of movies.
Then it starts ramping up, and you're seeing some ramping up there. It ramps up. It ramps up to a point where you're like, how much further can this thing go? And it goes even further.
Yeah.
So what happens is, okay, so Tim was alluding to Xavier. Okay, his name's Brent in the movie. Brent and his girlfriend, yeah, they get at it in the back of a car. You know that they are a couple. What happens is the girl that likes Brent is looking at him outside the car, and you're like, okay, that's kind of strange. And you're like, you really, really kind of make nothing of it until you have to make something of it.
Because it's a very high school thing. It's a very high school thing.
It is, but I don't...
They have a crush and that sort of
They have a crush. And that's where I kind of felt like it was tough because we've all had that. We've had that crush and that person didn't really dig you, but you're like enamored with them. You also have a second...
I don't know about that. I've always been enamored with me.
Okay. That's why... Is that why there's a mirror right over there so you can look at yourself while we're doing this?
I look at the big screen.
Okay. Yeah. So then there's a secondary story.
I mean, me at life size is great, but me at larger than life, even better.
True.
I agree.
So, and there's a
finally you say something I can agree with.
There's a secondary story going on where Richard Wilson plays Jamie and Jessica McNamee plays Mia Maya.
Moo.
And she's total goth, just like just dark, blah, blah. And he's just a kid that really likes her, and he's like, well, you want to go to prom or whatever the last dance of years.
Hot.
She is.
She's hot.
And she just goes because she has to please her parents. So she goes with them. It turns out that they kind of they get doped up.
Okay, don't go into the spoiler in that part.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I have no intentions. Okay, audience, I have no intentions of spoiling this. There's
could still happen.
There's no way I'm going to spoil this movie. None.
You don't know.
None. I can tell you that the girl who her name is, that's Robin. Robin McLeod is. Yeah,
she's Lola, but is something.
Lord Lola, but where's Holly? Okay, Holly. So Brent and Holly were together. That's right. So Lola.
He has spent minutes on this review.
No. Listen. So what happens is that Brent gets captured. He gets abducted. The next thing you know, I'm not spoiling anything, but you have to tell something.
I got the pictures up of that.
Next thing that you know, he's in her house with her dad and her mom, and she has her own dance going on. I mean, she lives in this fantasy world where she's the prom queen, he's the king, and it's to the point where she holds all the cards. There's nothing that he can do. He is now her puppet. He is. It's sort of like Misery.
He's tied up, and this is torture porn. Is the branch of?
Is it called
horror.
that? Is it called? What's it called?
They got teen horror over there,
teen horror, and they got splatter horror.
Splatter horror. I don't know that I would go splatter because honestly, considering what they could have showed, they actually have some restraint. So considering the things that you almost see.
So what?
But it's pretty intense. This is not for the 7-year-olds.
No, this is an intense movie. This is something that
Monster Squad or a good double feature.
This is the yin and the yang. But it turns out that Robin McLeod, to play this part, she's 28. To play this part, the producer and the director, who is the same person, actually had her study Jeffrey Dahmer and some other serial killers. And you know what? I'm going to say this right now, and this isn't ruining anything. I think that she played this part extremely well. She is extremely believable in her part. To that note, so is Brent, the one that is who's captured. They played their parts extremely well. At some point, I didn't even feel like...
I'm surprised she hasn't gone on to do major films. Because this was the type of part
that could have...
It does remind me of Misery.
Yes.
And we all know that Kathy Bates went on to have a hell of a career after Misery. This feels like that type of performance.
Okay, but here's the thing. I never heard of this movie. You said yourself, this isn't like that mainstream movie. If this has got more traction, she does a fantastic job acting.
Yeah.
If you only watch this to watch her part of this movie, you
got your money's worth.
You got your money's worth.
Yeah.
So anyways, so this goes through and you find out that because she can't get a boyfriend, she starts to hone in on guys, and she gets obsessed with them, and she gets obsessed with them, and she wants them there. They're her toy. They're hers. Now, there's a part that really ticked me off in this, but had it gone the way I would have done it, the movie would have been over. So what happens is at one point, he escapes her clutches. He escapes. He is running away from a car. He jumps on, and this isn't ruining anything. He jumps onto a tree and starts climbing the tree.
He gets treed, yeah.
The car hits the tree and cannot go anymore. He, at that point, should have jumped down and took off because there's nobody going to catch him. But he stays up in the tree. He gets knocked down by a rock, and then he gets captured again.
Well, it's not fun then.
Right. I'm just saying. The movie would have been over.
That's just like the key sequence.
Don't even. Why are you doing this to me?
You know what sequence I'm
yes,
about
go ahead,
to
just
talk
say
about.
it. Yeah.
Do you know? Mm-hmm. Which one?
I don't know. Go ahead.
The Collector.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember where he looks back? He could have left.
Yes.
And he goes back into the house. It's one of those moments.
Yeah, and so did you feel the same way when you saw that? Or not really? I did.
I think he was so messed up. How would you react?
No, give
How
anything
would
away.
you react after what he had already done?
That's true, but I just feel like going up a tree, you're leaving yourself in an area where you can't
First of all, I would not climb a tree. I'd knock the tree down. Yeah.
So anyways, he gets recaptured again. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
He does.
Because
More fun needed to be
there was still another 40 minutes left in the movie. But
more than that.
Yeah.
That happens fairly early in the movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There's more that ensues on that. There's parts that they bounce back to the other couple that get together. They touch on a whole bunch of other things, but I really can't dance around too much more without giving something away because I'm not as talented as Tim when it comes to reviewing movies.
Nobody's surprised to hear that.
Right. But I'm going to tell you right now, this movie, this would be the very first movie I'd have a horror movie virgin watch. I would not have that because
this is for somebody that's looking for something different.
This is for someone that's looking for something different, but you won't
That's horrifying.
You won't be disappointed in this movie because, like I said, it ramps up, and once it gets going, there's a part in there that I didn't like also, but I can't really talk about it. But it's way too dark to see what's going on, and I hate movies. I hate movies that have that. I watched a werewolf movie that I requested, which was terrible, but the whole movie's dark, and when it's all dark, it's really hard to make it out. And I mean, I have the lights off in the house so that I can get the whole effect. I just don't like dark parts of movies.
Yeah, that sequence, I think, is dark so that you can't see what's happening.
I know.
And they wanted to save some money.
Probably.
If you would have seen... I don't think... Honestly, do you want to see what was going on there?
No.
I didn't want to see it.
No, but I was just very confused. But anyways...
I didn't need to see it.
So I can give it my review.
Well, wait. You know it's time for
DVP. Please tell me you've done it with Robin McLeod because I think she's fantastic.
I did.
And I'm going to say,
And I just about died to find somebody to connect her to
DVP.
To DVP.
Good. I'm glad you had to work.
Robin McLeod. I connected to Jimmy Simpson. You recognize this guy?
I do. How? Why?
You probably know him from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, sure. Okay.
He's kind of a creepy character in that.
Yeah.
He was in the movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which is literally the biggest movie that Robin McLeod
I was going to say, yeah. Even I've heard of that one.
Jimmy Simpson somehow was in Herbie Fully Loaded. Somebody explained that one to me, but was. Okay? So then... Oh, crap. Where is it?
Isn't she in the
Jeff,
car?
where did I put it? Jeff?
I don't know. I don't know what you're looking for.
I think I did a dum-dum thing. Hold on. Okay. What's our time?
I don't know what you got it covered.
I sure do. 51. Oh, great. Doing good, Tim. What an idiot I am. All right, let's... That's the wrong thing. I want season 10. There we go. This was horrid to try to find, I'll tell you this.
Good. I'm glad you had to do some work after that rating you gave me.
You gave me a horrible movie. Everyone should feel sorry for me. Okay, so Elena Ubach is who I connected to. Elena was in a movie called Love Is All There Is.
Okay.
I had to search for that freaking
Good.
movie.
I'm glad. I'm so glad.
And she was in that with Dick Van Patten.
DVP.
DV, as they say, P. So, that's a thing. But that actually happened. I don't know what to tell you. It was tough because this Robin McLeod,
Yeah.
she really needs more work. She is a great actress.
She does.
And this was a shame that she doesn't get more work.
Here's another thing about this, and I don't know how this is going to get interpreted. And please just leave it at where it is.
Why?
But
why would this be my first time?
She
to do that to you?
was sort of hot. I was sort of digging her. I'm not kidding. I was sort of digging her a little bit in this.
You were kind of digging her.
I was. I mean, even look at that poster. I kind of dig a little bit. That's so bad. It's because it's totally not.
It's inappropriate as hell. It's inappropriate.
I'm not digging that, but I just mean she was all right. I mean,
she's kind of cute.
If I'd have been in high school, I'd be like, yeah, let's go out. I would have been. She was all right.
Very self-confident little gal.
Yeah. You know what?
A bit of a daddy's girl.
Yeah, there was a scene in there that but I tipped it off to you, and I'm like, okay, I'm not digging that. He looks like he's been in a bunch of stuff.
He is a classically trained actor, but I'm going to tell you this, and don't take this as racist. There is a look to Australian actors sometimes. He looks like an Australian actor.
Okay.
Just like I believe there is, and this is an unpopular opinion too, I believe there's a look to Canadian actors.
I mean, look at her. There's just something about her that was something else. But anyways,
you had a lot of dates that ended with hypodermic.
No, none. I had zero. So anyways,
Really?
do you want to start?
Juice on steroids?
Is that score going to start chipping down now? You
I
just
don't
keep
care.
it up. It could chip right down.
I don't care.
No, this is a very solid movie. This is a solid 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
I thought you might give it a good score. I'm surprised it went that high because this is a very disturbing.
I know there's something wrong with
film.
There's something wrong with me on this movie, but you know what though?
Issues, pal.
But here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
The way they put it together,
yeah.
The way they ramped it up, I think the acting, like again, and I'm not some acting scholar, but I know when I see something good, and I could tell she nailed that part.
She was bringing.
And Brent nailed his part. I mean, Xavier Samuel, he nailed his part.
Yeah.
And the dad, John Brumpton, he nailed his part. It was all put
I think
together.
the dad is one of my favorites.
He-
I thought you could look at his face and know
Yeah.
he's thinking, don't mess with my little girl.
Yeah, that was
Don't you do it.
That was a good movie. So anybody who's out there who enjoys horror and you haven't seen it, see it. If you're not
absolutely worth the time.
if you're not a big horror fan, just watch it. There's going to be a point in there where you're going to be like, this is really hard to watch. But if you get over that little speed bump,
Yeah.
you're good to go.
I will tell you, from the beginning, I wanted to give you this movie, and I'm like, I can't give it to
No.
him too early.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, but
wait
you
a
give me
little.
the Collector.
That
I
would've
think
been
I would have
great
done
flick.
better with this than the Collector. I did, obviously.
Yeah.
This is a good movie. I can't say enough about it. It was a really good movie. I enjoyed it.
Glad you liked it. Which leads us right into
Trivia.
trivia, which
There it is. All right, I'm going to ask the questions first.
well, first we gotta tell people what we're doing. Jeff is gonna read three items, and I have to figure out which one's a big old freaking lie because Jeff doesn't tell the truth very often.
And I'll have to do the same when Tim asks me a question. So.
Give me a second. It didn't set up our music. There, that's going. Then we need question marks, don't we? Let's have some question marks. There we go. Now I feel better. Do you feel better?
Yep.
I feel better. Okay.
Ready? Where's your timer?
I think I'm ready.
Timer?
I know where it is. You have to say the statements.
Okay, even though Space Jam pokes fun at Disney throughout the movie,
God, that movie sucked. Sorry, go ahead.
even though Space Jam pokes fun at Disney throughout the movie, Space Jam will air for the first time on network TV on ABC's A Wonderful World of Disney. Dennis Rodman was supposed to be in Space Jam, but couldn't because of a conflict with the other movie, Double Team. And the soundtrack went platinum 6 times.
Okay. Let me get the timer started.
It's only fair.
First of all, let's wait for the timer to start. First of all, I'm going to tell you, Dennis Rodman doing Double Team. This is the only time ever somebody can say that they did Double Team and that was actually the right choice. It's because they avoided being in this. I'm going to say that sounds true to me because I think that was about the same time. And the last one that you said was...
Well, it went platinum 6 times. The soundtrack.
I think that's true because there was a ton of music on here.
Okay.
I didn't like it, but somebody does. So I'm going to say the first one was the big old lie. I can't even remember what.
The one about because it poked fun at Disney.
Oh, the
Disney did
that was
uniform.
on- it better not have been on The Wonderful World of Disney. That just is...
It was. So you get a big old.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The one that was the lie was Dennis Rodman. Even though you were right, it came out in 1997. It didn't. There was no
All right,
conflict.
it's about the same
But
time.
it didn't conflict. That's not why he wasn't in it.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
fair
care.
question.
Yeah, it was a fair question.
Okay.
For once. So let's get to my questions, which are going to be far better. That's just a case. But I
funny-
gotta find them.
It's funny because all the emails I get, people really don't praise your half of this program.
I'll tell you what, I'm terrible at trivia this season.
No, I said this. You're like whenever you interact in this program at all.
Yeah, they don't like it.
No, really, people don't really like it.
Yeah, that's the case. All right,
Let's go, Tim.
motherfucker.
Da, 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 da.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I said fudda, which is a thing that people say.
Like that song.
It's
Hello, mother.
Fudda.
Hello,
Hello,
father.
Here I am in Camp Granada.
All right, Tim.
Okay, Xavier Samuel
Yes.
wanted to be an Australian rules football star like his hero, Tony Madra.
Okay.
I have no idea if I'm saying that right. I don't know any Australian rules football players.
Okay.
That's first one.
Okay, Tim.
Second one, Daddy Stone. That's John Brumpton.
Okay.
Before this film, he was actually a professional dog catcher for his day job.
Looks like one.
When he stops to pick up roadkill, that was actually a nod to his previous profession, since that was part of his job.
Okay.
Picking up roadkill.
I'll listen.
Third one. McLeod was nominated for the Fangoria Chainsaw Award for Best Leading Actress for The Loved Ones, but she lost to Elizabeth Olsen. So, Australian rules football star Xavier Samuel. Daddy Stone was a professional dog killer.
Catcher.
And dog catcher. I'm sorry. And McLeod was nominated for a Fangoria Chainsaw Award.
Oh, so she was just nominated.
She lost it to Elizabeth Olsen.
Who's Elizabeth Olsen?
She's like an actual celebrity. She plays Wanda in the Marvel superhero movies.
Well, the first one's going to be true. Did you start the timer?
The timer's going.
First one is
You're
true.
almost
The
not
first
done.
one's true. It's either he was a dog catcher, which would kind of make sense. But I think she won a Fangoria Award, but I think you're playing with it a little bit. And you can't repeat that.
The timer's already done.
Yeah, but you went past the timer
Okay,
too.
I'll tell you that.
No. The answer, the one that's fake, the one that's the lie is gonna be the dog catcher.
The dog catcher?
Yeah. Yes! Holy balls! Yes! Yes!
I just
Yes.
can't lie to Jeff.
Yes!
I just can't lie to him.
Yes!
His little puppy dog eyes.
Look at that! Look at that!
Well, let's take a look at that, everybody. It's time
Holy
to look
cow.
at the scores.
Tim!
We'll see if this
Tim.
thing goes. There it goes. Come on. Do what you're supposed to. There we go. So Jeff is ahead, but not insurmountably.
6 points.
Not insurmountably. Look at how little, ever since I put the timer on you, you've been on a scoring spree there. You only missed one trivia question this entire season.
Yep.
That's the difference maker.
It sure
because
is.
the movies you've given me pretty much sucked. There have been some bad ones this season.
Not really.
They've
Just
been rotten.
bad scores.
You don't even watch them before you give them to me.
Just bad
But only-
scores.
No. Generous, nice scores.
All right.
Some of those are ridiculous scores.
So it all comes down to inning number 9, folks.
Which pits the movie Bring It On.
Bring it on.
Tell me about Bring It
Kirsten
On.
Dunst. Kirsten Dunst is a head cheerleader at a very white school, and as it turns out, they're going to be competing against a black school in cheerleading. There's a little yin yang to this. This is going to be good. You're going to like this. This is going to be suburbs versus the city.
Now, if the black girls lose, is it going to be like Space Jam and they're sold into slavery?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I can't. I mean,
I didn't want you to be labeled a racist for all the racist movies that you give me.
oh my God! If it's not drug related, it's racist.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. That is sports filmmaking in Hollywood. All right, and I'm giving him Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Do you know who plays Jason?
I do.
Who?
CJ McCormick.
Graham.
CJ Graham, like Graham Cracker.
Who you have met.
Yes.
And for some reason
Yes.
called a Cookie Monster.
Yes. Okay. So CJ Graham,
cute.
and I'll remember this because Graham is like a cookie, and when we saw him out in Pittsburgh, he went up to the desk. He's
Or
like,
Hendrix or whatever the hell you just said.
yeah. He's like, oh man. He says, I'm just so hungry. So he says, what can I get from the little dryery's place? So he brought out milk and Oreo cookies. And he went up to his room like the little cookie monster that he is.
There's nothing little about
CJ Graham.
He's a big man.
You know what? He's going to be at Milwaukee Con.
He is going to be at the Milwaukee Con, which will be in the past.
That's right. So yeah, when I saw him at HorrorCon,
Well, we do this show, but
I know when I saw him at HorrorCon last week, I gave him a cookie.
Jeff. When we do this show, the preview, it's actually this weekend.
I know. But you're not going to play this until the weekend after, so I was going to pretend like.
No. It is.
Okay, I don't even know
Thursday
anymore.
before.
I'm confused. All this Back to the Future
What
stuff
a
is
shock.
crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, write your congressman. Jeff is confused.
All this Back to the Future stuff screws me up.
Yes.
I want to talk about Back to the Future, but not now. Okay, but wait. Okay, so you have to tell me about
You
this.
make me
I've
sad.
only seen Friday the 13th, the original, and I've seen Friday the 13th, 2009. This is number 6. How am I gonna?
Okay, here's the thing.
Do I need to have watched those?
I'm gonna spoil every Friday the 13th.
No, don't do it.
movie. Here you go. At the end of every Friday the 13th movie, Jason somehow dies. Okay, that just he always somehow is stopped. Okay. In this movie, this was 2 movies after the final chapter, Friday the 13th final chapter, where they all said, this is the end of Jason, and it's all over. And then they made so much damn money, they said, well, maybe one more. Then they made another movie, which most people consider, if not the worst, or one of the worst of the Jason movies.
5?
5
Okay.
is generally considered. It's usually discussed with Jason Goes to Hell, which was 9.
Oh my God!
And people-
There's 9 of these?
There's 10.
Oh my God!
In fact, if you count Jason versus Freddy and you count 2009, there's actually 12 of them, which everybody is like, what is it going to take to make a 13th movie into Friday the 13th?
Oh, they should. That's a great idea. Let's.
Yeah, we're the first to come up with it.
We should do that.
Nobody is on it.
We should do that, Tim.
Yeah.
And they should release it on a Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Jeff. You know what? After I get done with your alternate reality thing, I'll work.
That's VR. VR.
Okay. Anyway, no, you are an alternate reality, Jeff.
VR.
But
If you look at this.
this movie, it kind of reboots to a certain extent what Jason is.
Okay.
In fact, at the beginning of the movie, you get to see a great resurrection of Jason. Now, I said resurrection, not erection, so get that out of your head.
No one
but
thought that you said
You
that.
did say that. But you will love the special guest star at the beginning of the film, too.
Okay.
I'll tease that. And you'll be like, who is that? Who is that? You'll look it up and go, oh my God.
Is it a male or female?
Male.
Okay.
You know what? You may not even have to look it up.
Don't.
70s television. It's
Oh.
70s television, so you might know it.
The Fonz?
Close, actually. They're close.
That's why I'm so good at trivia,
They're
people.
close. You'll see. Yeah.
It's Mr. Cunningham.
It isn't knowing things. It's guessing very well.
Whatever.
So anyway, I think you're going to watch the movie and have no problem catching up. I think this is my personal favorite
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. Most people say it's between this one and 4
Okay.
in the series. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing a movie that absolutely everybody else in the horror community has seen already.
I haven't.
And right, yes, we're all aware of this, Jeff. So I think it'll be a lot of fun for you. And
Okay.
I know you like the slasher genre probably more than a lot of the other genres.
So that's why you put this at the very last one, so that you can get.
I thought this has a very good chance of you liking it. I thought it had a
What do you think I was going to give Loved Ones, by the way? What did you
I
think?
thought it was going to be extreme one direction or the other. I thought
Really?
it was an 8 or a 3.
Really?
That's what I thought. Hey, it is gross. There's some gross.
But it's put together so well.
It's done so well.
It's not just
And-
gross. That's the whole thing. It's done.
And I'll tell
Well.
you, watching it a second time, I knew some of the twists and turns. And I was still sitting there like, man, this is intense. This is
Yes.
got some juice to it.
Okay.
You know what else? It still has juice to it, even though it's in season 10.
What?
Dead on the Base.
Oh, Dead on the Base. DOTV.
Oh my God, he forgot what show he's doing again.
DOTV.
Oh my God. Jeff, thank you so much for being my partner through all these years and not stinking it up too horrible.
Are you calling an end to their show?
No, I am not.
Okay.
But it is time to close the crypt and call the game.
You're out.
Thank you all for watching, and remember to share and subscribe to our show and feed. You can tune in to otherworldlyculture.com on Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Pandora, iHeart, TuneIn, Spotify, YouTube, and other fine places you find podcasts. You can yell at that little alley thing in the corner of your room that listens to you, and the next time you have cheese, it says, "Would you like a deodorant?" That thing will also play our show for you. So just, yell at it. So let's remember something. If it's sports, it's a home run.
If it's horror, run home! We're dead on the bases.
And we'll see you next time.
Otherworldlyculture.com.
Subscribe, like, and comment on our posts all over social media and our site, otherworldlyculture.com.